What is up, guys? Half Slab Bacon here. We're back at Spawn Base. How do you like the grass dirt block sitting in the middle of my room? I just slaughtered an Enderman. He left it there. Took forever to kill him too. He just kept teleporting around. I swear to God, I fought that guy 5 minutes. Anyways, I'm going to show you something here, and then we're going to do a little flashback in time for a little montage. Alright, let's go check it out. What do you think, guys? Got a nice little outdoor fire pit slash barbecue going on. Hi, Lucky! So, this little fire pit slash barbecue going on over here has a little secret. Can you hear chickens? Can you hear clicking? Alright, I'll show you. So, just kind of hiding in here. Look, there's a chest with already cooked, delicious, morseless, yummy chicken. So, yeah. I tried to do a tutorial about this, guys, but it was late at night after work, and I'm not like a super redstoner guy. You know, I can do the complicated stuff, but basically I know the basics. So anytime I want to go nuts, I end up, you know, changing things and, you know, making mistakes and that kind of stuff. Because I really don't do it all that often, but, you know, with the new 1.9 survival mechanics, I was thinking that an automatic cooked chicken farm would be kind of essential in this, because you have to eat so much, and your saturation, that's that invisible hunger bar that you don't see, that when it disappears, your little popsicles down there, your regular hunger bars start to vibrate and stuff. Yeah, saturation. Saturation is so... oh my God, they're loud. Hang on. You know what? I already had them down at 20%, but we're gonna knock that down even more to like 5%, so we can barely hear them. That's better. So, yeah, saturation is so critical now. So I figured I'd build a chicken farm. Well, there's a million chicken farms out there. So I started thinking, well, you know, why don't we hide it underground inside of a barbecue? That'd be cool. And then I could show you guys how to do a dropper elevator. This is a dropper elevator right here. And this is kind of the meat and potatoes right here of our chicken farm. So I kind of figured, you know, I'll combine the two. And, you know, then I kind of derped up halfway into doing the episode and realized that, yeah, the dropper elevator, chickens drop feathers too. And if it's not just going into a chest from a hopper, these droppers are going to jam up with feathers. So I kind of tried to figure out how to sort them out on the fly. And yeah, it didn't work out. So I got a bunch of recording, all time-lapse for you, so you can actually see me building this, tearing parts down, and rebuilding it again. But what I figured we'd do is I'll take you into creative to actually show you the meat and potatoes, all this, just because in creative it's out in the open, and pretty much every block that can be is glass, so you could see it. I figured I'd rebuild it that way. It's just easier to show you guys. Because really this is a tutorial series, so I know you want to see me build it in my world, and that's why we'll do the montage. But I figured the best way to actually teach you how to build this awesome thing is just in creative. That way I can go over everything step by step without making mistakes. And yeah. So why don't we go check out the creative? I'll see you there. Oh, look! Fire! Oh, love that fire, baby. Yeah, love the fire. Love the fire. Alright, guys. We're in one of my creative test worlds. New one, actually. I started for 1.9. And I figure I'd go over the details for you. So, to start out, you're going to want to run a 9 wide by 10 long by 10 deep hole. See, that would be our surface up there. Now, obviously, being as this is a super flat test world, we're not going to dig 10 deep because it doesn't go that deep, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are the dimensions. Or 9. Or, I don't know. Frick. I was sure I counted that. Did I do that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What the heck? Oh, I didn't count the block I was on because I'm a dum-dum. Hey. Sorry, guys. I don't do this stuff in creative. Like, ever. I use creative worlds to, like, figure out redstone problems and blow crap up with TNT. So, you get the gist of that part. Alright, the materials I used in the build, guys. 6 redstone torches, 15 pieces of redstone, 6 redstone repeaters, 4 redstone comparators, 9 hoppers, 8 droppers, 2 dispensers, 2 buckets of lava, a whole whack of cooked chicken and feathers, a piece of black carpet. I used red because I had it laying around. Black looks better. You'll never see it though. Trapdoor, a chest, and then for that barbecue portion up there, I used 48 nether brick stairs, 12 iron bars, 9 netherrack, a flint and steel, and an iron trapdoor. And of course, in survival, I used a couple of chests full of eggs to spawn my chickens. We're gonna use a spawn chicken egg, though. Oh, and of course, any pretty blocks you want to do your floors and your walls. As you saw, I did glass walls, but yeah, we're not going to do that. Now, to make the redstone components, we're going to need 61 pieces total of redstone, 4 pieces of nether quartz, 45 iron ingots, 30 pieces of stone, 9 chests, and 24 sticks. Okay, so since this is a survival tutorial, let's make these components as we would in survival. To start with the hoppers, we're going to put the chests in the middle, and then we're going to drag our iron bars around. Bam! That'll give us 9 hoppers. Okay? Next, we're going to need 24 redstone torches to make our repeaters and comparators and finish the build. Bam! We got 24 torches. Okay? Now, to make our comparators, we put quartz there, and we put torches like this. Bam! We got our comparators. Now, to make our repeaters, put redstone in the middle, and you go like that. Bam! Now, I just realized something in doing that. We only need 15 pieces of redstone for the build, so that 16 was supposed to be more torches. Oh, not more torches, because we need some for the droppers and stuff. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more torches in total. So that actually would have been 30 sticks. But in the interest of saving time, we'll just grab these torches here, because, you know, then we're good. The rest of the redstone is to make the droppers and hoppers, which I actually forgot we need a bunch of cobble for. So I didn't do the math on this, so we're going to just grab 2. Now, oh, and we also need 2 bows for the dispensers, guys. That is the difference between a dropper and a hopper, is you put your bow in it. So basically what you want to do for both is you just spread your cobblestone around like this, okay? And then you put your redstone at the bottom. That'll give you droppers. The dispensers are done by putting a bow in the middle. See? Dispenser. Bam. Dispenser. Now, we need, I believe it's 8 droppers, I said. So we'll grab those. I think I miscounted on the redstone, guys. I don't think we need that much left over. But, whatever. Now you guys have the tutorial on how to make those. That's the important part, okay? So we're going to get to building. You know what? I used the polished andesite in my world because I didn't feel like cooking a bunch of stone. So we will start with that. I did my floor with the polished andesite. And we come out on this level all the way to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks out. 7 blocks out. So I'm gonna pause the video and get that done, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so I got the base of our floor laid out. So as you can see, because I counted to our lowest point here, the 10 blocks deep, these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are only 9 blocks deep, and then you've got the next 2, 6 and 7 are only 9 blocks deep, where we're replacing blocks on this side. So 4, and then the rest we're leaving a hole. Now, the next step is to get your center point with this dropper tower, and as you can see, that's 4 blocks over. So we're going to do that next. And the reason you want to get this done is simply because all your other redstone components are going to go around it, and you want to start placing the hoppers at the bottom and move up, and you want it here to click to. So the first hopper you just jump, the rest are placed by shift clicking until you're all the way up. Now, I think I went a little bit too high, but that's okay, because it doesn't take them out of my inventory in creative. And I like I said, I actually never build in creative. Not my thing, baby. But it's definitely easier to do a tutorial here. Okay, now for the next stage, we need to start placing our hoppers, and this is kind of where it gets a little tricky. So we're going to want a couple blocks out here, and what we're actually going to do is we're going to join a hopper filtration system onto our droppers. This is going to prevent the chicken feathers from getting mixed in with the chicken eggs and getting into our droppers. We don't want that. Not good. So this hopper is going to be the one that filters out. As you can see, I got a chain of them here. So that one's going to be the one that filters our chickens into our goody goodness, okay? Now, we're also going to want, we can get rid of these, keep the dispensers out, we're going to need those. We're going to want, before we place these, because as you can see the hitboxes there, it's hard to get at, we're going to want some torches down here. They're going to lock our filtration system in place. Now, we need a hopper for our feathers, a secondary hopper for it to chain to, and a dispenser, one of our 2 dispensers right here. Reason being, The dispenser is going to shoot our feathers. So we're going to shift click there, shift click there. Okay? Now, at this stage, these bad boys are actually locked. And we're going to build a system to unlock them. So now we need some blocks there. We are going to put our next set of hoppers here. And these are actually going to be the ones that filter out. So we want these guys. Oh, I don't know why I did it that way. Because I'm special. We want these guys pointing out. We don't want them going anywhere, essentially. You cannot have them connected to the droppers or to each other. These are to filter. So I shift clicked onto the block. So as you can see, they're pointing out that way. There was a reason I did this, and I'm not remembering now. Conventionally, you will see the hoppers point into your comparators in a filtration system. But for whatever reason, I was getting buggy behavior when I did that. So pointing them out solved the problem. It was because of the dropper above that we're going to be placing for the automatic chicken machine, which is an egg pumper essentially. Now, we want comparators facing out of those two hoppers, okay? And then we're going to need blocks here, but before we place those blocks, we want repeaters going into those blocks. What those repeaters are actually going to do is shut these torches off and unlock our filter hoppers at the bottom and allow items to pass through. Now, in order to accomplish that, we put some blocks there and some blocks there. Now we want to get our redstone out, and we're going to put our redstone this way. Whoa, flying, creative, I'm not used to it. So it all chains together, okay? And that is going to be what pulses our system over here. Now, in order to filter, what we need, and this is important, is our chickens. You can see our comparator just turned on. We need one in each slot, and then we need 18 here, okay? That is going to be our sorting system. And then the same for the feathers on the other side. One in each slot. And then, oops, I have issues. And then 18 in the first slot. Okay, now that those are in place, this chain is going to force the feathers to go down into this hopper, because the way hoppers work, they always, in a filtration system, is they always look for a hopper below, and as long as you set it up right, it will filter accordingly. So because these aren't going into anything else, they're filtration hoppers, and they will feed the bottom row, and the comparator pulsing is what's going to do that. So as you can see, when a feather goes into there, it disappears. When a chicken goes into there, it disappears. They're going to go down here, and when we power the rest of the system, the chicken will start going through the chain. Same with the feather. It's going there, and as we power the rest of the system, it'll go through its chain. So that is our filtration system. Not overly complicated. I would have done a separate tutorial on that, but really, you know, I kind of wanted to combine the two just to give you guys a cool build. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put our lava there, and you can place items on dispensers and droppers by shift clicking, guys. The dispensers will go in the direction facing the player, same as these. So what's going to happen now with our feathers is they're going to go through this chain into that dispenser, and we're going to power the dispenser so it shoots them out into the lava. And that gets rid of our feathers. No cleaning of chests or anything like that, okay? Now that this is all set up, we can begin our next stages. So, for this part, we're going to need a redstone. We got some blocks. So we need to power the dropper. But we need to power the dropper in a way that it detects items inside it and pulses to move them up the chain into our chest up top. That being said, before we start making a mess, we're actually going to go put our chest up top right now. We're too high. You know what? Before we add the last redstone, we will do the chest. That way we don't make a mess. So, in order to power this, we need a comparator detecting it. We need a redstone repeater here. And this is important. You need to click it once. A redstone repeater does a 1-tick delay. Adding that one will give us a 2-tick delay. The reason that's important is we're going to use redstone torches in combination with this. And what will happen is the redstone torches will actually burn our whole system out with the droppers without that tick, because it's going to try and move blocks faster than these torches can handle. So now we put a torch there, okay? So this repeater is going to power this block, which will power that dropper. So item goes in, everything comes out, it pulses. This redstone going into the side of the comparator is what's going to create a pulse here, which you will see in a minute, rather than just a steady on. And the pulse is what's going to make everything move. So then we need a block there. And you know what? I'm just going to pillar up in the interest of time. Torch on top of that. Shift click the next block. Torch on top of that. And I believe we need 4 torches in total. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So then we need a block on top of that. And our final torch right here. That completes the chain. Now we'll put our chest on top so we don't get a mess when we power it. In survival, I probably would have put that at the top right away just to get it done. But I'm trying to explain things here. So what ends up happening is this pulses. When that goes off, it shuts this torch off, which turns this torch back on and shuts the power off on this block. When that goes on, it powers that block, which turns that torch off, which powers that block off, which turns that torch on. So we're getting a vertical chain of redstone. So that flickering up the chain is what's going to push the items all the way up. Now, when you do a chain like this, if you end with a torch, that last dropper will empty, so you won't have items clogging up in your droppers. If you end on a block, you will always end up with items in the last dropper. Just a note for you guys. So now that that system is complete, what we need is our next set of hoppers. And here's the tricky part, guys, because these hoppers are in a survival world would try and take them. So what I do in survival is I will show you is I place a piece of dirt up that way, and then I take my hopper and I'm going to shift click here so it faces the dirt. Now I'm going to get rid of the dirt. I fell down, go boom boom. And I'm going to face that hopper and I'm going to shift click onto that hopper. What this does is those hoppers are connected. So when I throw an item in, it's going to move back and forth, back and forth. See? It's not going to go down because it's not a piece of chicken or a feather. But now that the system's set up, we can see if I put feathers in and chicken in, and it doesn't really matter which, but this is going to be the one our system feeds into. Now you can see the system starting to fire. The dropper's not hooked, or dispenser's not hooked up yet, so the feathers are just going to collect here. That's all there is to that one, okay? Now, we can begin. Oh God, I forgot a slab. Now we can build the actual chicken farm portion of our build. Get rid of the chest. We don't need that. And credit goes to Exumavoid on this one, or Exuma is what he kind of just goes by all the time now. So he's actually in my recommended viewing list. If you want, this is an old design of his. Some people have complained it doesn't work in 1.8. I don't know why. It works in every version. I've never had an issue with it. Now we need to create our flooring for our redstone out from there. And basically all we're doing here is we're doing the same setup we have over here, except we are doing it with a dispenser instead of, oops, you can't put the slab there because you have to be at level. This dispenser has to be this way. So place the dispenser first after you get your blocks, then place your slab. Anyways, I forget what I was saying about, okay, this design goes to him. We're just adding it into some other components. Yeah, other people have had trouble. I have never had trouble with this design. Ever, 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 guys. From Zuma. In any version of Minecraft. So if somebody's doing something and it's not working, in all honesty, it's because they're doing it wrong. We don't need a sword. So at this stage, what we want to do is, and I like to put glass here, guys. You can make it any block, really. I just like to see the lava basically as a warning, not to break the block and kill myself. So we're gonna put, oops, yeah, no, that one is not a glass block. What we need there, I'm jumping the gun, guys, is a hopper pointing directly into there. That's going to feed eggs into here. The eggs are going to get pumped out against the slab. Baby chickens are going to spawn onside the slab, and then this block's going to stay suspended above, so there's a bit of an air gap. And what's going to happen is the chickens are going to grow up, and when they grow up, they are going to suffocate in the lava and burn, and that's going to give us cooked chicken. Awesome, awesome cooked chicken. So now we need a comparator here, same setup as we did on the other side, facing out. Repeater here with a tick delay on it, and a repeater going into this block to power the hopper. Very important with the way we did this. We don't want the repeater on this side because it will mess with our hopper filtration system. It has to be on this side so it's not connecting to any of the other redstone. See, guys, I told you this was a complicated build. Then we're just going to wrap our redstone around this way. That's it. That's all. Then we're going to put a hopper up here. Okay? This is going to be where we're going to put our chickens. For the purpose of the tutorial, I'm just going to glass this around so it's easy for you guys to see what I'm doing. In survival, this portion right here, all the way around where the chickens were, I used obsidian because it's very close to the surface, And what the obsidian does is just guarantee that, say I'm getting chicken right over there. I can't wave with anything in creative. Say I'm getting chicken way over there. Can I wave with the sword? Say I'm getting chicken. No, I can't. That sucks. Way over there. And I'm not paying attention. Creeper sneaks up and blows up. By building this in obsidian, I don't lose my chickens. I don't like losing my chickens. Because we want to put a crap ton of chickens in here. The more chickens you have in here, the faster the system's going to regenerate. Now, I don't have to put these all the way up, guys. Not necessary. You just need too high for the area surrounding the chicken. I'm just doing it while I talk. Oh, yes. And before you encase this in, very important, you want to shift-click your carpet on there before you build these blocks around it. What the carpet does is help from having too many chickens glitch into the hoppers and ruin the system. Now, we're going to put a trapdoor up top here. So, in survival, I could open this at any time and throw more eggs in to get more chickens, or spam them with seeds so they have more babies. We're just going to use a spawn egg because it's easier. We're going to use a spawn egg and do a whole whack of these. That's a whole whack of chickens. Okay, now we close up our top and we can build our dirt and all those goodies around it. Beautiful, huh? That will start that system of working. They will lay eggs. The eggs will go into that hopper, which will go down into the dispenser. The dispenser will power the comparator, which will send a signal through the redstone, which will go out to that other repeater to power the block to make the dispenser fire. At the same time, because it's going back into the comparator, instead of being a strong signal that locks the dispenser, it's going to be a quick pulse, which just causes it to repeatedly fire till it's empty. Now, for this build, I took my polished andesite and I actually connected this dispenser to these bad boys up here. Reason being, this system's always going to pump out more eggs than it's going to pump out anything else, chickens or feathers, because you do not get a chicken for every egg. So by doing this, I make sure that dispenser fires every time that dispenser fires, so it'll always pretty much stay empty. Do I have any eggs? Here, let's see if we can. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We got 41 feathers in there. I'm going to take 16 eggs. We're going to go over here. I'm going to break this glass so I can cheat and throw the eggs into the system. You can see them going and starting to fire. Let's put our glass back. Actually, give me a sec, guys. Okay, guys, so what I actually did was I put all the eggs that were in the chest over there in the system, just so you could see it working over there and see our pulsing from the eggs, spawning the chickens inside. See how the eggs are breaking on the block? And I extended this. This is just where I put the walkway, guys. All I did was I extended that out like this. And then I took stairs, not these stairs, but stairs, and just brought them down so I had a way down to the bottom floor. That's it. That was all I did in survival. So yeah, at this point, this is pretty much chumming. So let's go up and have a look at what I did upstairs. So in the survival, this would all be dirt level. Right here. This is ground level where we where we built the things. So the one dispenser comes up in the middle of our thing, And then we have all this dirt around it. I'm gonna place some so we can build. Give me a sec. Okay guys, so this is what it looked like up top after everything was filled in, and then all I did was wrap our chest in netherrack. Now, before we get on to this final part, I'll show you what I did in the survival world. Is I actually wanted to leave this part open, so I broke all these blocks. Just that way I can see my redstone components around it. I actually didn't have that glass there. So I just broke it around it like that so I could see. We're going to leave it because I don't have glass on me. I filled that in with glass in survival so I could see the netherrack and see what I had going on. Then other than that area that was glassed in, the rest of it, I put a roof down with a highly creeper-proof block to keep the explosions up on the surface, okay? So I used a polished andesite because I liked it. You can use whatever you want. I didn't have that block exposed. Now, once the netherrack was there, all I did was I wrapped it in my netherrack stairs like so, and then what I did was I didn't put one there. I put a stair there and another stair on top so that I could repeat the same dimensions directly above. So it's an exact copy with a 1 block space. Okay, and then I just went around like this. So I'll be back when that's done. Alright guys, so once that was done, I took my iron bars and I left a 1 block opening. So I just put 1 on the edge and then 1 on either side of it. So 1 on the outer edge and 1 on either side of it. That leaves us a 1 block gap that we can reach through the fire and get to our chest. See, look, we got chicken up here already. And it prevents most other mobs from getting in. Now, even iron bars will not protect dogs and cats. Remember me always saying dogs and cats are stupid? That's one of the reasons why, okay? If they get close to this, they can and will often burn and die. So keep them away. Now, for the top portion, what I did was facing the top of the stair, I put my up-down, side-down stairs in like this all the way around. What that does is just kind of enclose the netherrack we're going to hide up here on the bottom side a little better so you don't see it from 5 feet away go into that fire. So there we go. That's all done. And then I just put a block of netherrack there. Wrapped this area in stairs to get our chimney effect. Just like so. And then because I wanted our chimney to smoke, I put a block there, then I lit my fire. The block there was so I could point to it and put my iron trapdoor on. Now we have our little tiny chimney emitting fire out of it. Fire particles. See? Isn't that pretty? And as you can see from the bottom, see, it just kind of helps enclose that. So after that, I simply came down and lit her up, guys. That's it. That's all. Now we have a chicken farm where we can reach through to get our chest. It is important to remember, however, you don't want to reach through with placeable blocks or a redstone or anything of that sort. You want to either use food, so your options are to right-click the chest or to eat the food, or a flint and steel works good as well, because then your options are either to right click the netherrack and light it on fire, or open the chest. So that way, because as you can see, it's easy to miss that chest, right? You kind of have to get it bang on. That way, if you miss the chest, you're not pushing out your fires and breaking your blocks. So that's it. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the creative tutorial on how to do this and learned a few things about the redstone. I thought it was a pretty cool project. I've never actually seen an automatic cooked chicken farm done this way, so it was a first for me. Maybe there's been something similar, but you know, for me it was an original project I really enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned something about it. And now we don't have to worry about starving to death when we're caving, because we have tons of this beautiful pre-cooked chicken. Num 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 num. Thanks for watching. Next episode I think we might do a little bit more farming and maybe some caving in the area too for the farming, because yeah, that's really about building our empire so we can get that blaze farm done and start farming wither skulls and go to the end and slay the dragon and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you in the next episode, guys. Bye.